I was cleansing society of biological waste. That's what Philip Budeikin told a judge in June 2017. He smiled as he said it. Just 21 years old, a former psychology student. The room fell silent as police read the names of the teens he was accused of pushing to their deaths. When investigators opened his phone, they found a group chat labelled F57. Inside, 50 tasks, delivered one per day. And the final task? Suicide. Before we finish tonight, you'll read the last push notification one victim received at 4:07 a.m. But first, a question. Can an algorithm groom despair, turn loneliness into obedience, without ever seeing its victim's face? It began quietly, around 2013. On Russian social networks like Vkontakte, small online groups started forming. They called themselves depression clubs. Members posted eerie music, bruised selfies, images of blood and quotes about emptiness. At first, it looked like just another online subculture, but by 2016, the tone had shifted. A journalist named Galina Mursalieva published an article called Death Groups in VK. In it, she connected over 100 teen suicides to these online communities. She gave it a name that would haunt parents for years, the Blue Whale Challenge. The alleged architect was Budeikin. Online, he used the alias Fox Kitsuna. He ran several groups at once, operating like a recruiter. He didn't need to find the kids. His content pulled them in. They followed him, trusted him, and slowly they obeyed him. He was arrested in November 2016. In court, he pled guilty to inciting at least 16 suicides. Here's how it worked. Once someone entered the challenge, they were told to complete 50 tasks over 50 days. It began deceptively simple. Draw a blue whale on your arm with a pen, wake up at 4:20 a.m. and watch a disturbing video. Climb onto a high ledge, cut the shape F57 into your skin, and on day 50, jump. The instructions came through DMs, direct messages that felt intimate. Curators, as they called themselves, told participants to stay silent. Don't tell anyone. Don't ask questions. Some even sent personalized playlists, haunting music that reinforced the mood. The goal was to isolate, control, break down resistance through repetition and secrecy. By 2017, reports started surfacing in India, Brazil, and the United States. Some were exaggerated or false, but others weren't. Telegram groups, WhatsApp threads, kids trading tasks, screenshots, and encouragement to harm. By 2022, TikTok had banned the hashtag #BlueWhale, but the game had already mutated. Tags like #CuratorFindMe or #WakeMeUp at 420 popped up, spread for weeks, then vanished during moderation sweeps. Still, the damage was done. A study in JMIR Mental Health found that while most posts about the challenge were jokes or news, around 9% included real signs of distress and self-harm intent. That 9% is not a myth, it's a warning sign. Between 2020 and 2024, the World Health Organization tracked a sharp rise in problematic social media use among European teens, from 7% to 11%. Suicide became the third leading cause of death for young people aged 15 to 29. Which leaves us with the question, how does a stranger behind a screen convince someone to obey a knife? Let's look at the psychology. First, digital radicalization. Algorithms learn from your pauses. If you slow down on a sad post, the system offers more, and more, until it creates an emotional echo chamber. Once someone's feed turns dark, the algorithm rewards that spiral. Then come the communities. Private group chats offer something intoxicating, exclusivity. You're not just sad anymore, you're chosen. The curator becomes a guide, a therapist, a god. Each task becomes a badge of honor. Enduring pain becomes proof of worth, and the brain responds. fMRI scans show the brain's reward center lights up when an at-risk teen completes a painful dare. The suffering feels like achievement. The second layer, a digital twist on an old psychological disorder, folie à deux, shared madness between two people. But now it's thousands, maybe millions, all connected through hashtags and DMs, but feeling like they're in the same room. Their minds sinking, repeating the same words, carving the same symbols. And here's the scariest part. Many victims didn't stay victims. They became curators themselves, groomed to recruit, trained to spot others like them. The challenge became viral despair, a machine that fed itself. And the third layer? Sleep deprivation. From days 7 to 15, participants were told to wake up at 4 a.m. over and over. The sleep loss wasn't random, it was strategy. Without rest, the brain's impulse control weakens, judgment blurs, and compliance rises. In fact, a study of CIA interrogation tactics showed that 48 hours of sleep loss can increase suggestibility by 44%. So you take a lonely teen, add isolation, remove sleep, validate pain, and you get someone who stops asking why and starts whispering, "I must." Let's not forget the broader environment. Social media moves faster than moderation. When one platform bans a tag, the challenge hops to another. Telegram, Discord, Reddit. You can't shut it down, it shapeshifts. And even when platforms act, media headlines amplify the myth. The more we scream blue whale is dangerous, the more kids get curious. Fear becomes free advertising. And here's where things get even darker. Our culture already glorifies pain as discipline. Think of the 75 hard challenge, fasting, extreme workout trends. We tell teens that suffering makes them strong. Blue whale simply hijacked that idea, repackaged it into something fatal. So I'll ask you, if completing painful tasks online earned you applause, followers, belonging, where would you draw the line? Would you recognize the trap before it closed? Here's what one victim's phone showed. A notification. 4:07 a.m., ready for the final step? She didn't answer. She had written in the group chat the night before, "I'm tired but proud. I made it to day 49. No one responded after day 50. Let's return to Budeikin. He said he was cleansing the world, but maybe the real waste wasn't in the kids he targeted, but in the system that let their pain become content. Because when every dare is just a swipe away, the curator isn't just in the chat, it might be in the code itself. Have you seen challenge posts cross your feed this week? Drop a comment with the tag that stuck out. What's one digital myth you suspect hides a real psychological trap? Share it, we'll dissect it together. Next time we'll go even deeper. Silk Road Psychopathology, the story of Ross Ulbricht, libertarian idealism, and how the dark web bred a new kind of criminal genius. Until then, stay aware. Not everything viral is just a trend.